Hey everyone, Jamie Sierra here, missionfulfillment.com. It's a very beautiful October day here in the greater Boston area, and I always love to shoot videos from the outside. It really makes me appreciate, it gives me good background wherever I am, even in the worst places of all, but it also just gives me a great sense of gratitude and and fulfillment, knowing I'm out here in the beautiful sun, beautiful weather, and just basically out here, out here on the earth, and really trying to embrace it and really trying to take it all in, especially when the weather is not going to be so great probably within the next couple months. Winter, of course, is coming soon. Usually in this area, it sometimes gets really cold, usually about mid to the end of October. Sometimes we've really had very chilly Halloweens, and sometimes it's been mild on Halloween. So it should be interesting this year. But anyways, enough of the small talk. Anyways, the reason I wanted to shoot this video is really talk about what we truly want out of our lives, and creating a vision for that is really important, because most of us really get distracted by our lives, and most of us really get frustrated. We get angry, we even get depressed and get anxious on on everyday life and everyday living, because number one, we don't know what we want, what we truly want out of life. Sometimes we think about it intelligently, like say, hey, I want to be rich, I want to have a great body, and yet these things are not very specific. These things are very general. But more than that, we tend to focus on what we truly don't want in our lives. Like, I don't want to drive this shitty car anymore. I don't want to be paid peanuts for working 50 hours a week. I don't want this. I don't want to be fat anymore. I don't want to be I don't want to have this, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore, or something along the lines. And we're always focusing on things that we don't want. And it's so interesting that many of us can truly define what we don't want in our lives, and we cannot define what we truly want in our lives. And I know this is pretty much one of the biggest law of attraction principles, and I've kind of studied the law of attraction, and some of the principles I actually really I do believe in. There are other principles that I don't believe either, because also I think knowing what we want is the beginning of everything, but becoming becoming what we want, also becoming that vision, is something that we truly have to become. But basically what I find is that reading this book, Dean Graziosi, The Millionaire Mindset, is that people cannot truly define what they truly want out of our lives. So if you can, many of us can make a list of what we don't want easy, or just verbally say, well, I don't want this, I don't want this. But when the question is asked, well, what do you do want? We don't have the answers for them. We're like, oh, I don't know, let me think about it. It doesn't come right away. It doesn't, and it's because we don't have a compelling future mapped out for us. We don't have the vision for us, and that's where we get stuck. And a great analogy that Dean said, it's like being in a Maserati and saying, well, I don't want to go to Pennsylvania, I don't want to go to New York, I don't want to go to New Hampshire, I don't want to go to Connecticut, but you don't define what you truly want. So you're sitting there in your Maserati, you're driving 100 miles per hour, and you actually have no destination. You have no GPS. You have no idea where you're going, because you don't know what you want to go. You don't want to end up in New Hampshire. You don't want to end up in Connecticut. And yet, all of a sudden, you just keep driving around until what happens? You have no fuel left. You have no fuel in the tank left. And that's what happens to us. We keep defining what we don't want, and then eventually our emotional fuel tank just completely empties. We get frustrated, we get depressed, we turn to drugs, we turn to alcohol, we turn to watching TV, and these other we turn to eating, these other habits that really just don't do anything for us, that really just bring our lives downward instead of on an upward slope, and we actually digress in our lives. And it's because we have no purpose and we have no vision for what our life is. So I'm challenging each of you, including myself, which I've done already, is try to create a vision for your life. Try to do it actually. What am I saying? Try. Let's just complete a complete vision of a life, what we truly want, and really focus on what we do want. And stop spending time and activities on things that don't support your vision, that don't get you to progress to where you really want to go in your life. And that's what we tend to do most of the time. We get distracted by the internet. We watch Netflix endlessly, binge watch and everything, and there's nothing wrong with that. And sometimes we need that to connect with friends and connect with relationships and to have that downtime. There's no question about that. I need my downtime as well. And especially on a Saturday night or something like that, I'm spending with my wife, and we're trying to entertain ourselves, and that's good. That's all in good. You really should do that. You want to create a balance. But in the meantime, if you're sitting here on a Saturday morning and and you're just watching TV aimlessly, where you could be working on your vision, setting goals for yourself, taking action toward your goals, going to the gym, doing something productive like shooting a video that will reach out and inspire other people to achieve their goals too. I mean, that's what we really need to do, and that has to be a must for us to do, and really try to live to a higher standard. And that's what we need to do, is create that vision, and then obviously go out and work towards that vision, and stop thinking about what you don't want in your life. Stop getting frustrated with the amount of money you can make. Look for ways to add value. And if you need to be at a job, just obviously to pay your bills, and in order for you to support your vision, do that. And do it to the best of your ability, but also find meaning behind it, so you actually be fulfilled in what you do. And that's the most important thing as well. So in other words, I just wanted to share this video, share with you guys my thoughts as far as making sure that we all create a vision for what we truly want in our lives, whether it's our careers, our finances, our emotions, our spiritual, our relationships, every area in our lives, our time. How do we want to spend our time? How do we, maybe do we want to take up the guitar, but you want to take up the piano, you want to learn a foreign language, or you want to start going hiking or something along those lines. Create that vision, write down what you truly want, and start taking action towards those goals, and start focusing on those areas of your life, and stop focusing on what you don't have. And that's the most important thing. Stop focusing on driving that shitty car, living in this horrible area, whatever it is, and start focusing on what you can do. Try to, number one, create a vision for yourself first. Figure out what you truly want in your life, and we all know what we really want in our lives. We truly do. Sometimes it just takes the courage to admit ourselves and get over that fear and really figure out what we do want in our lives. I know I've been in that place for years and almost decades, I can even say. I was in a situation where I was just kind of being being pulled to these different areas of life, of doing things that I really truly did not want to do, that were not my passionate, that were not my love. And we all deserve to do what we love and get paid for it. And that is the way to live the most gratifying, fulfilled life that I can honestly think of, and finding to love what you do all the time. So just wanted to share these thoughts, and I wish everybody to go out, create that vision, find out what you want, and go and take action towards those achievements and those goals as well. So thank you for watching. Definitely, I look forward to talking to you guys again soon. And obviously, if you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button, and obviously hit the subscribe button too for more videos like this. Okay, thank you guys, and take care. Enjoy yourself. Bye.